is this a fluke or the taste of things to come? Are politics changed for good in the US and in Europe?
It's democracy.
I think they are. When you look at the development over the last 15 or 20 years, it's very clear that you see these populist forces rising in a coherent way. And sometimes one of them falls out of favor, there's some kind of scandal, but then they're replaced. So I think what's really scary thinking about the future of the United States is that even if Donald Trump loses, you're going to get a successor movement. That's no longer the sort of strange conservatism of the Republican Party, which was always driven very much by business elites and about sort of lowering tax on very rich people, which is something that most Americans don't care about, even most conservative Americans don't care about. It's going to be this kind of ethno-nationalist appeal, trying to say that we, the real Americans, should finally prioritize our interests against those of others. And if you imagine a candidate that's rather, somebody said earlier that Hillary Clinton is not a very good candidate, and that's one of the things that was shown by the Bernie Sanders candidacy. I think that's right. In the same way, my fear is that Donald Trump is not a very good candidate, actually. And that if you have somebody who has a little bit of Donald Trump's appeal, but who's more on message, more disciplined, who manages to define the outgroup rather more narrowly, just as Marine Le Pen has done in France, who very shrewdly, I have to congratulate your party comrade there, very shrewdly has started to make steps towards gay rights, for example, has tried to overcome the Front National's deep history of anti-Semitism, because you realize that the main enemy at the moment in the French public imagination are Muslim immigrants, and that this is the main vote getter, and that you then want to demonstrate how moderate you are by being very friendly towards those other groups. If you ended up having somebody like that run in 4 years' time in the United States, I could imagine a far-right populist, a liberal nationalist at the head of the United States, and then you see this new regime form really coming to its own internationally.
John